not need to have a different data source. Okay, you may want your view has to listen to the events occur within your class. You may not want your data to be stored in a centralized data source, like you don't want your data to be going to model. So you want, because of that Cain-Gam event, you want your data to be executed within this view itself. So this CGX has come up with some solution for that. This is our classical Cain-Gam architecture. Like already I told you, when the user clicks on some event is happening in the view, it goes to the command and it goes to the delegate, it again goes to the server, it gets the data from the server, it again maps to delegate, it again maps to command, and from command it updates model locator directly, and because of the binding mechanism, model locator will update the view values. This is classical. Here this model part is missing. It's simply go to command, and this command directly updates this view, okay, via iResponder. There is a class called responder object in Flux, that is in remote procedure call package. What does this responder object does is, it just tells the service remote procedure call that this view object has to be listened for this event. So within the view, when you are dispatching the Cain-Gam event to get some data, you will make a callback, you will make a responder object, and you will assign that responder object to call a particular function within that view itself for the data response. Okay, here it's simple, nothing but it's like simply you are calling a function within your view, a private function you may be calling. It's the same thing that can be achieved through a responder object. You have to create a responder object. Responder object is nothing but it has two functions, that is result and fault. So while the when the correct data is coming, it will execute the result, and when some false happens, it will execute the fault function. Okay, so that is one advantage of using CGX. And another thing is, we were talking about that aggregating commands, right? You can aggregating commands and ECQ of delegates. We have something called I was not able to show any examples here. You can just get it, and we will provide you the notes and links. You can get so many examples from there. Okay, because they are all large pieces of code, so I couldn't able to put it in a slideshow. Okay, so we have a thing called a sequence generator in this CGX Cain-Gam extensions. Okay, what does that sequence generator? It's actually when you are generating a Cain-Gam event, when you are dispatching a Cain-Gam event, it goes to the controller and it goes to the command, it goes to the delegate. It's a single line process. Instead of that, you may dispatch a group of events in an order, okay, in a sequential manner. Suppose in some of the situations when the user gets login, the first event may be authentication event, okay, to check whether the user is entering with the correct username password. Once the user gets authenticated, you may want to show something in your view, that is his part, his profile or something. That has also been fetched from database. So you will not get in classical Cain-Gam architecture, there is something like this. Suppose you are dispatching this authentication event when the user login, it will go to that authentication command. Okay, there is something called next execute, next command or next event. There you have to specify what the next Cain-Gam event has to be executed and what the next command has to be supposed to be called because of that. Instead of that, this may increase your file size. For every event next, it may increase your file size. It will be going on, you may need to create a large of command files for this. So in order to avoid that, you can dispatch a group of events in an ordered manner so that will be executed in a way that you are specifying. You can put those events. What are the events that you want to dispatch? Suppose this authentication event is happening, and after that you want to show the profile event by showing the profiles of the, and after that suppose he has done some Word document works, and you want to show all those things. So once the profile is shown, you may want to show his Word document works. This is an order of events. This can be put it in an array. By this has this CGX Caingham extension by Universal Mind has a special class called sequence generator. Okay, in that there is nothing but in that you have to just pass that array which has a group of events. You have to pass it as a parameter, and it will execute in that manner. Before that, you will be mapped that events to the commands. Okay, it will be executed in that manner. So I have just mentioned two main usages of CGX. Of course, we have learned that only, so I am able to explain that only. But CGX has a huge number of advantages over the classical Caingham architecture. And so, next. So, my conclusion about Caingham architecture is, of course, Caingham is not the only way to build a rich internet application. This is just a starting point of your technical architecting of your application. So simply, Caingham is a methodology for breaking up your application code into data by views, and that code that controls everything. Like beginners will be much, they will feel much complicated about this Caingham architecture. So this is Adobe's suggestion that don't go with Caingham while you are entering into Flux technology. Okay, and in my experience also that is true. But Caingham is useful when you are developing a huge application where a number of developers works on different modules, and finally you may want to integrate. It provides that much flexibility to the developers to concentrate only on their part, so that which may be integrated in an easy manner while the final output is coming. So this, whatever the things that I have taken is from Adobe Developers Net. That is this articles, expert articles provided by Stephen Webster and Leo Terran. You can refer that one. It's quite clearly given in that, and with the examples also. Caingham store application, Flex store application example is there. So, any clarifications, doubts?
So we can discuss more about this topic.
Yes. What do you want to discuss?
So, we are running actually. I am not getting the clear structure. What you are saying.
What do you? If you tell me the exact problem where you are struggling with, means I will explain about that.
I am raising Flex, right?
Okay.
Even